Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon to Madam and to our fellow friends. My name is Dina Camelia, and my group and I will be presenting about the topic of Global Positioning System, also known as GPS. So before we get started, I will tell you what is the definition of GPS. GPS is actually a radio navigation that allows users such as airborne users, sea users, or land users as well to find and determine the exact location at anywhere, anytime at all. So we have 5 methods of using this GPS. The first one being the GPS baseline. So what is GPS baseline is? Well, it is actually a more expensive and more complex than other methods of using GPS. The reason is that it uses 2 frequencies broadcast by GPS satellite, and the baseline uses 2 survey quality of GPS receivers, with one of them being at the end of the line to be measured for at least 20 minutes. So now let's move on to Cytotic GPS. Cytotic GPS uses receivers from 2 stations, which is the base station and the other one is in between the points. The correction of GPS may transmit the data almost immediately and can be stored into the computers at the base station. Next, we will also be talking about the real-time cytotic GPS, also known as RTK. RTK uses a carrier-based range, where the range itself is the order of magnitude, giving us the accuracy available to those through the code bases. The number of cycles between the rover and the satellite determines and used to calculate the ranges. To avoid mistakes, there is a rover to improve the RTK performance of collecting the data by transmission to the base station. Now we move on to the continuously operation references station. This GPS is installed permanently into one location and used as the starting point for the GPS measurement. The one that usually use these measurements are usually local governments, mining sites, or major engineering projects. The surveyor would eventually collect and combine the data with course to calculate the position. Next, we will talk about the Cytotic GPS. This GPS uses the techniques of the geodetic monuments. Typically, from 1 to 5 minutes, 2 or 4 occupations will receive data, but in separate times. It is also more safer if the constant height of antenna is involved. So next we move on to the application of GPS. The first one is that GPS provides surveying and mapping data of the highest accuracy. Features displayed with GPS are displayed on maps and geographic information system that stores and manipulates the geographical reference data. So the last one is the local company and their projects. So the projects that we chose was this during the construction of the smart underground tunnel, a collaboration by GPS, Gamuda, and MMC. GPS survey was applied here from Taman Abadi to Ampang. The survey occupying 13 stations in 1 hour 30 minutes for every 4 stations at the same time. So that is all from me. I hope you gain some knowledge about the GPS survey. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.